Look a second, the beginning of Parashat Emor 672. The parasha begins with Kohanim in general cannot become Tameh Lemet, except 7 relatives. And Kohen Gadol is barred even. There are two questions really. Why are Kohanim, if Tumat Met is something negative as you see from the Chumash, so why are they permitted to be Tameh? Permitted doesn't mean permitted, they're obligated. Why are they obligated? And if they are obligated for 7 relatives, how come the Kohen Gadol cannot become Tameh to any? So it's very interesting. The Rishonim say, Tumah, even though it's difficult for us to understand, but Tumah is something negative. However, going to a cemetery, going to a levaya has very positive effect if people take it the right way. Remember, human nature is that wherever you lose someone you're close to, the sadness in this is good if you lose your dog, or you lose your business, or you lose your house, or you lose your wife. But the positive side is Tov Lechet Beit Avel Milechet Beit Avishto. We had once the hockey team coach of Yeshiva University. He spoke in Flatbush. He came and looked at the religious guy. He says, "I was so far from religion." He says. He says that one night when me and my friends went out to a baseball game, my mom says to me, "Jack, don't forget to put 2 nice sweaters." I said, "Mom, why? Tonight is Yom Kippur." Oh. This is how far he was. And so he says, I mean, he spoke to seniors. He says, what brought me, no, but it's what brought me back. He says, I met very successful people. Because I never went to a cemetery that says, here lies a man who has 4 homes. Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, Florida. Because every time it says, God, this is how we started. This is the positive side of going to a cemetery to going to a burial.
But when you mentioned it the other day, I'm not sure real quick, Kohen, when he can become Tameh to a relative, he can become Tameh to anybody else?
Only going there, not coming back.
He said only going, coming back. So when he goes to the cemetery, he's not concerned.
Yeah. Right.
But as soon as the burial is over, all the
right. I told him, the uncle of my wife, there was a Kohen, his mom bought a grave many years ago. Then he stuck there. I mean, he didn't know at the time he was there, but should have said behind. Anyway,
was it one of it you were making that? Going to the cemetery is a positive.
It's nearly Musar, but going once to a cemetery, taking it the right way. Yes.
When I go, I stay in the car and I see all the graves of all the leaders of the community that are not in Israel. You look at them, everyone created a lot of beauty in this community. It gave them strength and foundation. Foundation. Look at them.
The question that we had before was, if it's negative, why is the Kohen obligated to contaminate himself to 7 relatives? And if he's permitted, for whatever reason, how come the Kohen Gadol is not? I mean, so really, this is Torah, not for elementary school, not for high school. The point is, there is something very positive in attending a funeral if you look at it in the right way. So this is what the Torah is teaching us. Even the Kohanim, the fellows that are serving and this and that, even the Kohanim have to learn.
He's obligated to go and become Tameh to his 7 relatives.
Yeah.
He has so Kol Shekan, the regular Israel, has to go to the funeral. Someone's upset at a family member. I don't want to go to that funeral. He has to go and be Tameh.
No, if he speaks Lashon Hara twice a week, he doesn't have to go to the cemetery. I'm talking about if the man is in the highway of Avodat Hashem, there is a tremendous lesson there. Yeah?
But to make it an obligation, I'm saying.
Look a second. She says, It's mechuyab. Anyway, now it comes to Kohen Gadol. Here's the point. The point is, you see in Gemara in Makot, I mean, everyone knows, yes, that the Gemara says, why, if the inmates are praying that the Kohen Gadol should die, yes, might affect him, this is why the mothers used to send them packages. So the Gemara is questioning, me and you decide that he would die, what effect?
What?
What does the Gemara answer? Honey, what's the answer of the Gemara? Why? Again, murderers are praying that the Kohen Gadol should die because he wants to go back to Baltimore to see the Red Sox again. What's your
I thought
tefillah?
the answer was that whoever it is, it's about so strong, so sincere.
No, but I'm asking you again. Tefillah, an innocent man, of course, Yela is right. You see that the power of tefillah. But the question is, the tefillah has to have a base. The answer is, the Gemara says, your prayers should have prevented me from murdering.
Oh, yeah.
People don't hear the price because it's too, which means the Kohen Gadol is expected to connect to every Jew everywhere. And what the Gemara says, "Ayalo litpalel shelo yavo lidei shogeg," which means that the Kohen Gadol is prevented from being tameh even for 7 relatives because everyone in the country is your relative.
Also, he's going to be going to everybody's funeral.
That is, we don't need a message. Going to the funeral of a brother means he is not my brother. He is not. Everyone is your brother, and you expect it to be. This is what. This is the real Torah. Okay? This is what the Torah is saying here. Regular Kohanim cannot become Tameh Stam. Remember,
everybody's expected.
Remember,
to be
David, we are normal people. We have social obligations. You have to go to a funeral, but it's understood that numerous times, David, I heard, and I'm sure you heard, people standing in the funeral. I remember one particular guy saying, funeral of his mom, I promise you, I met the guy 4 months later. It's like his mother is still alive. The answer is, it's easy to make bombastic because it's a very frightening experience. Yeah. Which is how we
saying that. So by going to his family, he's saying someone out of his family is not my brother, and you can't show that.
Not only you cannot show, you expect it to look at the other one as your brother, and therefore it makes a difference. Since Tumah is bad, by regular Kohanim, they're not expected to be at that level. This is what the Kotzker Rebbe says. There's something fascinating, I'm sure you heard before, but I saw it yesterday by 2 Rishonim. Look a second. Look a second. Look a second on 672. Isha zona v'chalala the Kohen cannot marry, ואישה גרושה מאישה לא ייקחו כי קדוש הוא לא רע. But he is allowed, a regular Kohen can marry a widow. When it comes to Kohen Gadol, look at 674. והכהן הגדול מאחיו אשר יוצק על ראשו שמן המשחה, כל נפשות מת לא יבוא, לאביו ולאמו, even cannot become טמא to his 7 relatives. And then, פסוק י"ג, והוא אישה בבתוליה, ייקח אלמנה וגרושה, החללה זונה. Even a widow, he cannot marry. How come a regular Kohen can marry a widow and he not? Believe it or not, 2 Rishonim, the Rosh to say, that's Kenim Valatos, for this 800 years ago, say, you have a very powerful weapon. The powerful weapon is called Shema Meforash. We are afraid, Sammy, that the Kohen Gadol might fall in love with a very attractive woman, but she's married. He would pray that the husband should die. He wouldn't kill, he wouldn't do anything. We're not talking about the current politician that has a kippah and claims to be religious. We're not talking about...
Rabbi, be careful.
Doesn't come in expected.
Careful what you're talking to, Rabbi.
It tends to be.
What color shirt is he wearing, Rabbi? What color shirt is he wearing?
Sam, I really had in mind.
Somebody else.
He had it on
Protect
you.
you, Sam.
Rabbi, we're not gonna
Really,
go ahead.
Sam, I
Sam,
really-
go ahead.
Sam, I
Pretend
really,
to be
Sam,
religious.
I really had in mind, the guy that found it in
Yeah,
Israel,
sure.
the guy, באמת שאמרתי, היה לי mind, the guy in Israel wants to run, wants to run to be a prime minister and take the Arabs again. Take off your kippah, he needs the kippah in order to, anyway, here it is, the Kohen Gadol doing Bayit Rishon, not Bayit Sheni, which was money, power, and kavod, yes?
Yeah,
sure.
Sheni.
No, I'm saying not in Bayit Sheni, Bayit Rishon. When the Kohanim were real Kohanim, you're going to Kodesh HaKodeshim, the entire Jewish life depends on you.
Oh,
What
We
a
are afraid
responsibility.
that this man will use the power. The answer is we are afraid to think. The Torah is telling us, look deep inside in the human heart. But he's human. This woman is very attractive. He wouldn't touch her. He's Hashetish. Her husband died. The Torah is telling us here, you are the Kohen Gadol. I mean, do you realize what it means? The holiest day in the holiest place is
Mine could go there.
not even
Not to be
iota.
thinking half a minute, half an hour on her, and every time he looks at her. Deep inside, he's attracted to a woman. He wouldn't like if a husband dies.
So Kohen is married to an almanah,
The
though.
Torah is not afraid to reveal it. Yeah, if he's married to Almanah,
He can become a Kohen Gadol.
What?
He can become Kohen Gadol.
He's
Doesn't
saying-
disqualify.
We
next
would kick him out the next day.
No, because he's already married to an almanah. It's regular. He doesn't stop him from becoming
Ah,
a Kohen.
you mean if he was married before?
Already to a almanah.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine. It's already yeah.
Rabbi, so how does he fight that? How
So
does
the
how
Torah
to
told him you
how to
cannot
get
marry
married?
an almanah.
to get it out of your system that he can't?
You
Yeah,
cannot
no
marry,
options,
not
even
within
if the
the
husband will
possibilities.
die from a heart
Right,
attack.
but he's still
Never gonna
thinking
happen.
about
No, he
it, so
can't
now
have
we
her.
have to do that.
He can't have her.
No, but it's saying Jack.
He'll never be
I know,
empowered.
but
Jack is saying the thought may come to his mind
It's
anyway,
still
even though he
there.
can't.
We're saying it's deep inside.
Yeah,
It's
like
still-
you
it's
might
still
want to try
there.
cheeseburger, you're not gonna have it.
You're not gonna, right, the cheeseburger doesn't tempt you anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
It's a mindset. I don't know. I don't know.
The Eben Ezra says, how can the Torah command me? Lo tachmod? I want it. He drives it. Says the Eben Ezra, a peasant never has dreams about the princess.
Right. It's too
The
far
Kohen
away.
Gadol
in their
now,
own.
she's the princess.
Right.
But otherwise, a man goes and he says your sugar is too high, you have to stop and you see a good cake. Yesterday you took only a bite or a look. Today you don't look at it.
Right.
No, it's
No, it's-
My brother Earl used to have a joke. Go to the cemetery, he sees a guy climbing over a grave. Why did you die? Why did you die? He said, did you know him? No, he said, well, my wife's first husband.
Sounds like your brother's.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
all his jokes.
My wife's first husband.
it's a Jewish joke. The Jewish joke represents real life. We are afraid.
Oh.
In some cases, in some cases.
The real question, Sam, why is it we, and this is one of the positive things in our society, every disabled car, every disabled person, we have special buses for them, and the Torah, the Kohen, who is blemish, cannot serve. זה קושיה עצומה, אתה יודע? מה זה? אם בית המקדש, the Torah says, if he's missing a finger, there are 80 old. Only external blemishes, it's pasul. He's missing a finger. So, I mean, of course, I present the question in a certain way. But says the Sefer HaChinuch, the exact opposite. It says, because we, human beings, are so sensitive to people suffering, if you see a Kohen limping, if you see a Kohen with an artificial hand, you're focusing on him instead of focusing on the place. Which means it is, the Kohen is not pasul for being the Beit HaMikdash. He gets the same share as every Kohen in his department, in his mishmar, yes? But the avodah that he is supposed to do for you and me, which means you have to be an eye contact. This is my lamb. Yesterday I did so and so. You have to focus on whatever the korban means. because we are sensitive, yeah. I remember as a little kid, I mean, everyone, you see people in wheelchair, you look back, I'm scared. I mean, but this is the point. Because we are so compassionate, the Torah does not want the man who brings the korban to lose this opportunity to.
So I'm gonna go ahead, I nick my finger, I can't work, boys, just give me the food.
Yeah, every night.
Free, he's
Yeah,
like,
but you have
he
to
has
choose.
insurance
You have to-
policy.
you have to check in every morning.
You have to
Check
feel
in every
confident.
morning at 8.
I wanna get
No. You have to check in every morning to Beit HaMikdash, and there are a million other jobs you can do.
Yeah,
The only thing you can not do
that's
is
the beginning of doing that stuff.
no. So לעבוד עם העצים, לעבוד עם כל הדברים האחרים. יש הרבה.
They clean up the ashes
Yeah,
also.
yeah, wood shop. You know, we have,
Yeah,
we have mine, we
yeah.
But
have.
no, but it's called. The trick is like this. You know, sometimes when you see it at a tennis game, you know, the masters are coming, the little kids standing near and they're running to pick up the ball.
Yeah.
Give it to people who have 88 IQ. It's the biggest kavod. I was serving the masters. Serving the masters. Being a Beit HaMikdash, you are a master. בסדר, there are certain things you cannot do. I cannot play tennis. But I'm here that, no, it's a question you.
Interesting. A few weeks ago, one of my grandsons was running around the living room, and he shook the hands of one of my grandsons-in-law, and he held out his hands. What was his hand? Was that? Turns out that my grandson-in-law had a nip of his. I think he was missing from an accident when he was a child, but my grandson was focused on it. What is that? What is it? Wonder what it was. He had him tell the whole story. What happened when he was 4 years old? That his sister was that.
This is exactly.
My grandson could not, the whole family had to hear this guy's trauma, what happened when he was 4 years old.
Wow.
The whole family knew about it.
That's like the Kohen.
Even my granddaughter, I didn't know till the third day he had this little thing missing.
Didn't even notice.
Rav, what does it mean by Yenazru Mikdei B'nei Yisrael?
We've been at school for what?
Kaf Bet Amud Aleph.
Mikoche.
Mikoche B'nei Yisrael.
If the Kodeshim are Tameh, the issue of Tameh is not only if you are Tameh. If the Kodesh Tameh, you cannot be the Korban either. The difference is if it's Karet Olam. The other big question, many years ago in school, many decent, we had a divorced teacher. He was an English teacher. In front of many teachers, she's asking me, what's wrong with me as a divorced woman? I mean, obviously she was trying to date. She was a guy, the guy is a Kohen. See, the biggest mistake was, of course, but this is life. What are you asking me in public? Whatever I would like to say, very often, very often,
Someone's
because the
gonna
other,
attack you.
not only attack, might be offended.
Sure.
Oh, wow, it's even
So what did you do wrong?
I told him I had to give her an answer, so I have to give her an answer. No, I didn't. Told her like this. I used to have many years ago a car, Grand Marquis, a gray Grand Marquis. Every day that the car started, I said, Hashem, thank you. You know what I mean? Means it didn't drive today because it drove yesterday. So every day, I never locked it because whoever steals my car needs money. Anyway, one of this, finally I'm getting a new Camry, a blue Camry. What happened, David, as a driver now? The first few months, every time I drove my car, in the back of my mind, I was comparing it to my grandmother.
Oh.
Right.
The Kohen, we are human. If a Kohen marries a divorcee, there's no way.
She's not gonna.
She is not, it's very normal. Most divorces are not ending up in a very nice way, yes?
Yeah.
So there's no way that she, in her mind, is comparing the Grand Marquis to the Camry, you understand?
But that's with anybody.
This is the
Oh,
point.
really?
We are normal people. The Kohanim,
It's above normal.
Kohanim,
Ah.
I mean, I play it as a game.
Yeah, no.
She heard it, fine.
So we don't want the Kohen
So
to
David,
compare?
No, the heart.
Right.
she having a relationship is not a cow, a male, a bull with a cow. It's two human beings that the machshavot they have is affecting life and the children. Yes. And if the wife he marries and the divorcee, and she has a mind
She's unaware.
comparing
She's
the
unaware.
Camry to the blue Marquis, it's affecting him. It's affecting the children. So, of course, but she was a smart lady. She used to be say, how about the widow? Question.
Yeah, one
You heard
Why
that?
not a widow? We should be
Well,
saying,
very similar.
Maybe they
she
concept.
can compare.
Here, the question is, so widow is the same. The real answer is, widows after a few years, after a short time, forget, live in peace with the fact that the husband is a divorce normally,
Still around.
normally,
Especially if there are kids, you're always gonna see him.
They usually
Well,
don't
And
marry.
if there are kids, you're always gonna see him the rest of your life. You
Let me
always,
paraphrase, even if he's still around, he's still doing what he has to do, the
She sees
divorced
him,
husband
she's
just
there.
bitter about it, whatever it is. The person passed away, it's over, so it's still the memories, but this
Possible
is,
to be over.
he's running around,
Yeah,
he
I had-
married, he's having a good time, I'm suffering, you
I
know.
had few kids, all the kids went to Flatbush, but the kids came from a divorced family.
Yeah,
So the first kid was very smart, but he had issues. The second kid really had trouble. And his father, who used to pray here, comes to me before Hanukkah, I'll never forget it. Gives me a book wrapped, he says, can you give it to my son? I remember that something, just, why am I giving it to your son?
yeah,
Anyway, the wife came to me and he says, there is a judge, a husband cannot have any contact with my kids. Don't ever,
wow,
a note, don't give it.
yeah, so.
And if, yes, I mean, I gave it to the kid innocently, with your father. And the next day, the mother calls me, no, she didn't blame. She says, don't ever do it. She's not, why?
So bitter.
What do you gain? You destroyed your son. Your son needs a father. He needs a father, regardless, whatever you had. And I'm sure you have a million reasons to. Very often, it's a problem. Sammy knows Joe Owalski well. Listen to this. I had a fellow in my shul who says to me, he has a Yemenite worker, was married a few years, lost a husband, no children. She needs a chalitza. So what's the problem? The brother who's supposed to give the chalitza is a doctor. And he refuses. He says, you killed my brother. My brother is
Wow.
Don't want this, not a gift.
The brother of the wife.
So what?
The brother of the husband. The brother of the
The brother-in-law was supposed to give her chalitza. And she happens to be a religious woman. So what do you want from me? You want from me is, can you talk to the brother-in-law?
Wow. You?
Yeah, kaka b'kesh.
What's her brother?
To the doctor. Anyway,
Let her free. Let her go free.
anyway,
Yeah.
I went to
What's
my
the punishment?
friend. I went to my friend Joe Owalski. How should I approach the guy?
Good question.
What should I do? A favor? Obviously, he knows what he's supposed to. He doesn't want to do it. Anyway, Joe, being Joe, says to me, "What's the name of the doctor?" He says he graduated Flatbush. I know. Let me talk to him. He convinced him in 2 hours.
Wow.
What did you do? I mean,
What was the holdback?
He just told you.
You killed my
She said
brother.
you killed my brother.
You
killed
Oh.
my brother. You didn't treat him nice, you didn't respect him nice, you did,
Maybe she legitimately go the right crazy.
Remember Joel told me,
Let's get the key.
he says for half an hour, I found everything you said, I validated. I understand you have right to be very angry. And therefore what? But the end, the guy was in bed. But
Therefore what?
okay.
I want to punish her.
God, no, I hear. I like the line. I like
When
the way
you make you feel like a midget, you are a doctor, you are not intelligent. What? So what?
Therefore what?
Therefore,
What are you gonna gain from
leave
this?
her alone. She's already suffering for 2 years. In 2 weeks, okay. The only thing, he didn't want to make a big stink about it. Says we'll find the rov.
Quietly.
11 a.m. He's 7. He found. He came. She was out. The chokhmah in most of the times, the minute you try to convince him you're wrong, he would do it.
No logic.
So I
He
validated.
has to-
I understand.
Gorgeous.
I understand.
Beautiful.
It's the psychology of human beings, guys. Every time, if you try to say a kid you're wrong,
They don't want to hear nothing.
Rabbi, when you mentioned the Gerusham,
No, but Joel handled it beautifully.
and comparing to the
Joel
first husband,
we
now
did it
it's,
million times to many kids. It was a he understood the human mind without this. The idea is
Instinctively.
I understand now, maybe because the Torah prevents you from marrying him again, because you were married in between, to think that, don't compare him, because now he's out of the question. Don't think about that. It's interesting, it goes along with what you're saying.
Human nature, the mind.
Rabbi, listen to this story. I have a very nice fellow in Florida that is a Bogani guy from Kings Bay. I'd say he's in his high 50s. Lost his wife this year. Lost his wife 6-7 months ago. He got remarried. He got remarried 6 months later to a girl, a Bulgarian woman, who was I thought he was a Kohen, he was not. But I'm just trying to get to the point. He got remarried. He got remarried to her. She's from okay. Somehow or another on his phone popped up the old wife.
Picture of the one.
Picture of the old wife.
Oh boy, she does.
He was a little depressed that day. The wife looked at the phone, saw it. It created a machloket in his house. How do I know this? He told me. I said, what do you do about it? I said, you should be talking to Rabbi Galamidi on a daily basis. He's very good with these things to help you. Because he's depressed. He told me I'm depressed.
By Ashkenazim, here is the problem. Sam, here's the problem. A man remarries a widow. And the yahrzeit of a husband, should she light a candle?
No.
He marries a woman. She's a widow, and now what should she do?
Vice versa. What's the
The whole
difference?
life.
Answer is N-O, a big N-O.
Oh, in the house. Don't light it there. Light it in the shul. You want to light it in the shul?
Not at all.
Don't light. You have a husband.
Don't lie.
You have a husband.
So do you go to the cemetery once a year? Do you do any of
Me,
these?
believe it or not, but I read now Hashem Yeshua from October 7th. They're very, very often. The new husband and the new wife said, let me go to the cemetery. Don't go. Let the family go. Let them remember their husband. You see, it's very easy to say a woman was 60 years married, 50 years. You lose a husband after 5 years. Don't you think this is a husband? I mean, you loved, you dated in 2 years. Okay, so in Israel, I'm talking about the religious community. Okay, but you have to be very wise when you give.
For sure.
Now, Sam the other day was.
Yeah.
Brilliant, of course.
Yeah.
It is.
Take my
She
word.
was fast.
Gave it to the kids?
But she wouldn't know.
Right.
What'd she do? She gave it to the kids?
Me, I can't leave things of the first wedding in the house.
Oh, your mother?
My mother, yeah.
Brilliant.
Wow, brilliant. Your mother was very smart. Your mother was
No, but this is practical.
Common sense, man.
Practical life,
Wow.
seeing life the way it is. But this is the story with the picture. Look a second, Sammy, your question at the beginning of the week, I told you I remember seeing an answer. Go to 672.
672.
We missed you. A long time. No, 2 weeks, that's it.
Look a second.
We'll wait for 2 months.
Yeah. God for like.
Please.
The theory is you can't hit a moving target.
Samuel was asking at the beginning of the week when the Torah is listing. The Torah is listing 672, the second pasuk in the parasha. A Kohen cannot become tameh ki'im l'she'ero to his wife le'imo u'le'aviv. Samuel was asking innocently, I forgot Monday, I think. Lama ima before the father? Why is the mother here before the father? You are permitted, you are obligated to become tameh. Says the Eben Ezra, believe it or not. Eben Ezra says because statistically the wives don't have a long life as a man.
Oh, wow.
That's not.
So the Torah, כך אומר Eben Ezra,
That's
this
not.
is in print.
Today is not the same.
לאמו ולאביו. Today it's not the same because you have a washing machine and a dryer and a maid and a car. Yes? In the olden time, she was the washing machine, she was the dryer, she was the cook, and there was the maid in the house.
Also, you have to pass away.
Now, the answer is very nice, except turn the page, go to Kohen Gadol. The Kohen Gadol is the opposite.
This wasn't going on.
When the Torah says, look a second, look at Pasuk Yud Aleph, 674, Pasuk 11. ועל כל נפשות מת לא יבוא, לאביו ולאמו, הסכמה, שיוצא לאמו ולאביו לכל שאלה יפה מאוד. תשמע דבר מאוד פלא. So, I mean, when he asked me, I remember the Ibn Ezra I knew, but I remember there is a second half. The answer is, the Gemara says, Kohen Gadol never, rarely will be elected based on his qualities. He's replacing his father always. Rambam says in Chot Malachim, the same as by a king. If he became a Kohen Gadol, means his father died.
Today's daf, Rabbi.
I'm holding it a day before. You mean over there, Shimon HaTzadik, you mean too, yes?
Okay.
No, so he says, so if he's a Kohen Gadol, David, what happened? His father is already dead. This is why the Aviv Uleimon, this is why the father is dead. It's brilliant to have it. The Ben Ezra says the longevity of men is longer than a woman. This is why the Torah says, the mother, the father. It says by Kohen Gadol, of course the longevity is, but if you are a Kohen Gadol, obviously your father is dead. Because otherwise it will be your father.
Yeshamim, Kohen Gadol was only rich, always rich, so he had a chadana. The wife was.
No, we're not talking about Beit Sheni, obviously, we're talking about Beit Rishon. If you look in Rambam, Hilchot Sanhedrin, if you look in the Rambam, Hilchot Sefer Avodah, ככה זה.
It's a good answer.
תשובה נכונה, ותשובה נכונה בפסוק זה יפה, otherwise אין פה תשובה לשאלה. Look a second.
Nezer Shemin Mishpat. What's Nezer?
Crown.
Nezer's a ring.
Crown.
Oh, crown.
Because originally the Kohanim Gedolim till Yoshiyahu HaMelech used to be anointed.
Yeah, with oil, somebody
Oil and
Like the king.
Barosh. Yeah. Look a second.
Oh, so you're talking about they put the oil like that?
Look a second. Look at Perek Chavbet Pasuk Lamed Aleph a second. Look at page 680 a second. After the Torah is forbidding us from bringing animals that have blemishes, then if newborn animal, you have to wait 8 days till you can bring it to Korban. Fine. Then look, before we go to the holiday, in between Pasuk Lamed Aleph, so תזכרו, we finish with the Kohanim, we finish with the Korbanot, we finish in the halachot of Korbanot, תודה, ושמרתם מצוותיי, you see Pasuk? Pasuk 31, Lamed Aleph. ושמרתם מצוותיי ועשיתם, מה זה? No, of course we understand the Pasuk. But what is the Pasuk doing here? Hide in Sefer Parashat Kedoshim. Hide it in Sefer Dvarim. Out of nowhere. תשמע דבר מעניין מאוד. Many of these mitzvot that we read here, I mean, there's a general question that all the Acharonim are asking. Each Jew is theoretically obligated to fulfill 613. There was never a Jew, there'll never be a Jew.
They can do it all.
They can do it all. Some mitzvot are only for babies, for judges, for king, for a farmer, for whatever.
Israel.
תשמע דבר פלא. Today is Pesach Sheni, right? What is the basic idea of Pesach Sheni? I mean, remember, we are used, we grew up already, it's cute.
They would come in, they
all
could
this nonsense.
Second chance.
The question is this, a group of people are coming to Moshe. A man doesn't have a left hand. Should become, what should I
They told us, they're not allowed.
Don't put tefillin in your yard, put tefillin in your road, finish. What was the idea, the approach, coming to you blew it? You know, the Gemara says, why were they tameh? So the Gemara says, well, this is one answer, carry yourself. The other answer, David, is because they buried the relatives a week ago.
Yeah.
The Gemara learns out in Sukkah, the halacha for sek b'mitzvah, patur mitzvah. From this, they simply said, a week ago, our relative died. We couldn't leave there. We knew that Pesach is coming. We have to bury them. But which step? So you're patur, finish your patur. The answer is, even if I'm patur, if you really want it, you have to feel bad that you didn't have it. Yes. This is a business opportunity in sports, scholarship, all this, which means, I'm giving an example, yes? The week of Pesach, we didn't put the filling, right? Did you ever feel, oh, Yeshem? Yeshem is, what is Yeshem? Basically 60 seconds. Right? How about if we really believe that the prayers are important? So because of Yeshem, so 1 million people are not praying today because of in Yeshivat Ponevezh, the Mashgiach used to tell every newcomer, make sure not to step into the yeshiva in 7 days. Because if you come, you have to say Yeshem, but someone has to pray on behalf of Shomer Yisrael, Shemor Sherit Yisrael. Someone has to pray. Al tavo le'yeshiva, b'vakasha.
Yeah.
If you got married.
Don't
take away
make
our-
sure don't
We
come.
wanna
If
make
you
sure.
make a brit, make it in a different shul. Someone has to pray there on behalf of the Jewish people. The answer is, okay, this is what Chazal Lemon said. Which means, even mitzvot that we cannot fulfill. Now,
It's a feeling.
remember by Yosef, Tachib. Yosef is telling the dreams. ויקנאו בו אחיו. What does it say in the next? ואביו שמר את הדבר. What does שמר את הדבר mean? ושמרתם את המצוות. If you're really longing to fulfill certain mitzvot, ועשיתם אותם אני השם, Hashem says, I give you some credit for it. תסתכל איזה יופי בפסוק. למדל. ושמרתם מצוותיי, then ועשיתם אותם. If, okay, I'm not sure it's the pshat, but the message is a very clear message. Even if you cannot, at least.
The Korban Pesach is like the essence of Judaism.
The messages of Korban
It's
Pesach.
above everything else. We don't say it with the other Korbanot for the other holidays
Right,
or anything like that.
Yeah, but if you miss Yom Kippur because you're sick.
Right.
Yom Kippur.
Right.
Forgiveness, like.
Well, we don't do anything. There's no testimony.
No, so don't fast another day. I don't see anybody asking Lama Nikara.
People used to come to the real Gedolim. Chazanish is the best point. Chazanish says, you have to eat Yom Kippur. I can't. Says we are soldiers in the army. Whatever you're told, this is what you do. The same mitzvah I have by fasting, you have it by eating. But to look at it, the man who is eating has to eat, has to make a bracha. But Ushmaltem is, I wish I can fast. I can't.
But most of us with the Yom Kippur, there's an honest. We would want to fast the next week.
Correct.
We all would want to, I would say.
Correct.
We don't want to get out of it.
This is the Lama Nigara. This is the point. This is Ushmaltem. It's a very, very interesting.
I was once in the Philippines for Rosh Hashanah. Because of business, I had to be there. So the first night we went to the shul in Manila, and it was horrible. Half reform, half conservative, half the prayers in English. I said to myself, what am I doing here? I couldn't. So I forced myself to go to shul the next morning, and I got to do what I have to do, you know. The next afternoon I came home, I had lunch in the room, and then the torrential rain came. So much rain, it was knee high. I couldn't walk to the shul to go for the second night of Rosh Hashanah. I stayed in my room, I was crying alone. I couldn't even go to that thinking shul. I couldn't. I said, so there, I'm sitting in my hotel room on the second night of Rosh Hashanah. I couldn't go. Knee high the water was.
למה אני גרעתי לזכור זה דבר לא כמו זה, אבל people think that's a shame. The family are longing to open ספר מדע לכל יסודי התורה.
All we really had, not many garage.
For sure.
This is the למה אני גרעתי.
Eli, right behind you.
Yes,
Eli, right behind you. They got two. You use one. I'll share with you. I'll share with Sammy. Sorry, Sam.
We have this. The next two psukim are the psukim that we know, but we don't realize. We don't realize the psukim. Yeah, the psukim. Look a second before you open the Rambam 680. ולא תחללו את שם קודשי, ולא תחללו את שם קודשי. This is the issue of creating Chilul Hashem. And the next one is V'nikdashti b'toch b'nei Yisrael. The mitzvah of Kiddush Hashem and Chilul Hashem is written in this week's parasha. Okay, so remember each one of us, because we go to good institutions more or less. So Chilul Hashem, don't be in public. Let's see how the Rambam using. Open Rambam פרק ה' מיסודי התורה, רמב"ם ספר מדע, הלכות יסודי התורה, פרק 50.
איזה פרק?
בפרק ה' הלכה י', פרק ה' י'. We have another book. Can you please preface this book? Can you please give it to Jordan? Listen to the Rambam. Exactly. Sefer Madá. First topic in Sefer Madá is the Sodiya Torah.
That's the wrong book.
Okay.
No, this is the right.
It's my mistake. I took out. Here you had the brown one. Yeah.
We got it. I'm gonna give it to Jack.
About a third of the way.
כל העובר מדעתו בלא אונס, knowingly, without any force, הלכה י', כל העובר מדעתו בלא אונס, הלכת מכל מצוות האמורות בתורה, בשעת נפש להחיץ. I mean, I'm using an example, it's only I'm borrowing the phrase. He knows I couldn't care less. להחיץ, הרי זה מחלל את השם. You see the example?
That's just defiant, right?
Cigarette outside.
You really did what?
The guy walks and smokes a cigarette outside shul.
But this is exactly what it means. Here, a man is walking with a cigarette. Everyone is coming out of shul tomorrow. He's walking with a cigarette. Says the Rambam. This is the Chilul Hashem. Why are you coming when everyone is around? No, but the truth is, if you know the psychology of the man, he's taking the bent. I mean, he's talking about the man who went for the system. He knows that today is Shabbat. He knows that today is Kippur. Yes,
He knows.
he knows it, and he's doing it. Despite that, he is doing it. הרי זה מחלל את השם. Fine. ואם עבר בעשרה מישראל, ואם אמר בעשרה מישראל, הרי זה חלל את השם ברבים. The main reason we read it is for this half. וכן, כל הפורש מעבירה, you are moving away, או עשה מצווה, listen to it. לא מפני דבר בעולם כבר. There isn't any other ulterior motive. לא פחד, not because I'm afraid for him. לא יראה, ולא לבקש כבוד, not because pictures, not because people praise me. אלא מפני הבורא ברוך הוא. I'm doing it only because God told me to do it. Again, not for the reward, not for... כמניעת, יוסף הצדיק מאשת רבו. The Rambam picked one act in Chumash to give me what is Kiddush. What's Kiddush? What is the Kiddush Hashem? He's saying no to the lady. This is Kiddush Hashem. Which Hashem are you Mekadesh? No one saw it. See, the mistake that we have is, from a young age, you teach us, Chilul Hashem is a good in public. The Chilul Hashem is in you, or the Kiddush Hashem is in you. By Yosef, here, the Rambam. Then the Rambam continues, if it's done in public, or it's a Kiddush Hashem, there are a million opportunities to do it, but to do it right. Remember, the question is, which Hashem is in Mekadesh? Yeah. Everyone is part of him, which is Hashem. Either you are Mekadesh. I bought once, I went to visit someone in Cornell. He said, you wanted pizza? Fine, I went pizza every day to be tried. As I'm checking in, one of the ladies that says, "Oh, this is kosher picture." I said, "Yes." I said, "This I would never eat."
I would never. After you said it was kosher, she ripped
In
into
other
it.
words, it's not kosher for her.
This should never eat because it says kosher. But the chokhmah is to realize. Now, either like it's either the parents or
Yeah.
teachers or both of them.
Or maybe your
or-
ex-husband.
Since we're on the subject, Ronnie, right? What's the word meranenot?
Come on.
Yeah.
כמניעת. יוסף הצדיק, מאשר
Rabbi, what does the word meranenot mean in Yud Aleph?
או מרננות, people talk about it, לרנן.
For fame,
People
fame.
talk, there are people, this guy.
Even though it's not Amon, it's
They said, ככה הוא אומר, people,
It's causing a stir.
the example he's giving you, right? The example he's giving you. Example he's giving you, you're going to a grocery store 1,500 years ago, you're not paying. Your name is Chacham Yosef. Oh. He expects the guy to give it to you free. I'm not
People
paying
say.
him because I come every Friday to give you. But people are wrong to
appears.
suspect, but anything that we do, and other people are making, of course it's the fault of the people, but the reality is that I triggered.
You have responsibility.
The Yerushalmi says that Rabbi Shimon ben Shetach purchased a donkey from a goy. And he found a hidden jewel under the. So he says to his students, "Give it back." So they told him,
You don't have to.
no, but they told him he's definitely not the owner because he wouldn't sell you a donkey for $500.
He didn't know he had it. He didn't know he had it.
It says, "Chamor lakachti, ever no lakachti." Mine is not. I gave it back. It says in Yerushalmi that the goy exclaimed, "Brich Elokah
That kind of
Rabbi
God?
Shimon ben Shetach." Blessed is the God of Rabbi Shimon ben Shetach. Why didn't we say David blessed is Rabbi Shimon? The rabbi should be blessed. He is super honest like that. Says the Mashgiach Rabbi Rucham in Meir, the goy understood that to reach this level of honesty, you have to believe in God. I would not give it back. No, it's definitely not the owner. Is it? It's not mine. Take it away.
In a case where a guy bought a desk secondhand and he found lots of money and then he returned the desk to
No, but
the.
remember, we love it because the media picked it. The Rambam is telling
But he
us
did
there's
it sincerely.
there's no need for media. The Rambam is
Yeah,
saying,
Yosef is all along.
whatever you do, because this is the right thing to do, it's a difficult thing. I'm doing it just because this is the right thing to do. What's the name of the rabbi? The disco rabbi, what's his name?
Grossman.
Rabbi Grossman's grandfather, I took the book from him. Sefer Chumash. He says it is his mother, which means his grandmother. They were very poor. She went in the old city to buy garments to sew dresses for a daughter's wedding. I'm making up the numbers. She gave $100 bill, and she gave $50 bill, and she gave her change as if it's $100 bill. The Arab lady. She comes home, she tells her husband, "Look, I didn't do anything. I gave 50, she got changed to 100. Said to her, "Loif, Yiddish, Loif, run
back.
Get back." Said, "Give it back." She does it. The Arab lady, you can imagine, the old city went out in Arabic. I'm in the business 20 years. It never happened to me that the Arab ever gave me $1 back. He didn't look at this lady. This is Kemeniyat Sefer Tzaddik. Why? It's hard. It's a challenge. It's difficult. Have a wonderful Shabbat. הוא כותב בספר שלו על חומש. ברוך השם, ברוך השם.